Hello there, I'm Forge Tech, and this is Icarus. And as always, everything in this is subject to change. Now, this is a quick example of how to layer your defenses. Now, you're going to build this slightly differently if you're a single player or you have multiple friends playing with you. Now, this is just a quick example. You're going to have to select which one of these parts to use or creating your own part. It's just to give you kind of a basic intro to it. Now, first off, I've got your standard, everyone builds this kind of square block around your defenses. Well, I've got this right here. This is going to give me a lot of height advantage. And at the same time, it's going to let me shoot farther. I can see enemies. We're going to pretend these are enemies at the moment. And get that height advantage to be able to fire and hit them from. Now, I have added an extra sloped wall in the middle here. Now, this is actually going to increase the hit points for this wall. Stone is 2,500, concrete is 4,000. Now, when you're looking at this, this is going to give me a good little bit extra time. But another major factor is this. See, I've used the little hole frame here that you normally use with ladders. But if I grab this, I can now hop down here, repair, then hop back out. Now, that's going to let me very easily repair this even from the wall. If you're playing with multiple friends and you've got an archer up here and they do manage to break this wall, well, from up here, I can keep shooting down at the animals there. I can replace this outer wall, or I can repair the outer wall. If they do get past this, I can repair this middle one. And I can even sit there and duck down and get the wall in the back, which is great because let's say they break through both of these. I now can stand right here shooting them. That gives me multiple times that I have got complete and total access to them without them hitting me back. Now, I'm going to, of course, going to have walls on both sides, so this roof wouldn't collapse even if they did manage to get through. Well, if they've managed to get all the way through here, I can actually just still slap down a wall here. So then the next wave, I can take them out, repair, and then start again. I can just sit there from right here, replace that. That's going to give me pretty much all the time I need as long as I got spare parts. Now, as for your outer defenses, you've got... This is more of a solo design to kind of buy you that initial time. You would kind of stand right here up on the wall, shooting once they got through this. I could be repairing it like this one here is what was damaged. You can see these little railings don't have a lot of hit points, but they're cheap to make. I could have layered a bunch of these in here. Then I would just hop back here to my secondary point. As they break through, well, now I've got a layer of spikes. I could have added another layer of spikes. If I'm by myself, I generally do double rows of spikes. But if it's with a team, I don't. Now, the reason I don't do it with a team is they can be sitting on the outer area here. I'm back a row. I can actually be repairing from all the way back here the wall. And I can just run down this. As you can see, you can even look over the wall from right here. And if I had an outer wall, I could just be running down it, sitting there swinging, repairing. And even if they do manage to break through, I could just hop right up and slap another one down. Now, let's say I'm by myself. I can jump right here. They've shattered through here. I can repair these, switch to my bow, keep firing, switch back, that. Switch to my spear or knife if they get too close. All of this is to buy me time. This way, I can sit there and take out a lot more enemies than I normally would be able to with just a single walled building. This is going to give you a lot of extra time. You can... Once they've started to break through certain points, they're going to keep going down that point, which means now you can focus fire into that point, add more spikes. I could easily sit there and grab, I could grab an extra set of spikes and sit there and just hop back up on the wall and just throw it down to fill in the gap. And by doing that, that's going to give you that time you need so that they can't easily overrun you. And with that, that is the basics of how to start doing layering of your defenses. Now, you are going to have to figure this out a little bit on your own because there is no perfect shape in a game where the enemies come randomly at you. If I was able to put myself up against the wall, yeah, sure, I could say, well, they're only going to come from this direction. But because Icarus is constantly changing, you're going to have to just kind of play around with it. This is just meant to give you a little bit of a place to start off with, perfect it based off of your style. A spearman, of course, is going to build differently than an archer or a gunner. Now, with that, I hope it all helps. I hope it gets you started. And maybe it'll save some people from getting eaten by polar bears. And with that, if you enjoy this content, like and subscribe.